To everything there is a season, a time for every purpose under heaven, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck what is planted, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to gain and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to throw away, a time to tear and a time to sow, a time to keep silent and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. What profit has the worker from that in which he labors? I have seen the God-given task with which the sons of men are to be occupied. Finally, verse 11 teaches, He has made everything beautiful in its time. Also, He has put eternity in their hearts, except that no one can find out the work that God does from beginning to end. We may be seated in our house this morning. The first verse of the text simply reads, to everything there is a season, a time for every purpose under heaven. My Asbury family, I want to preach and teach on the topic on this morning and encourage your heart and let you know there's a change in your season. There's a change in your season. Brother Johnson, I can recall during the blizzard earlier this year, my car was stuck in the snow. I left it parked in one spot right outside my house overnight. And as the weather would have it, the snow accumulated and my car got stuck. There was but so much I could do. So I did what anybody would do. I started shoveling around the tires and around the edges of my car to see if I can move the car out of the position it was now in. But even after I did some shoveling and some maneuvering on my own, it was still in that same one spot. Especially when I got in the car and I turned on my car trying to move it forward and trying to move it backward and even moving forward once again, it was still stuck in that same one spot. But because the car had already been stuck in the snow far too long, stuck in the same position longer than it needed to be, allowing the snow to accumulate all around it, stopping any type of progressive motion, the very act of moving was not going to happen that day. I was stuck because I didn't take the initiative before the snow hit to move to higher ground. I was stuck in one position far too long. I did not change according to the season. Because if I moved in due time, Asbury, if I changed according to the season, I would have saved myself unnecessary work. I would have saved my back from the arduous task of shoveling snow. But I had to learn the hard way that day. When you don't move when the season in your life changes, you may very well be welcoming unnecessary hurt and pain in your life. And in a real sense, my Asbury family, just like my car stuck in the snow, many of us have been stuck in the same spot for far too long. Stuck so much that even when we try to get up, or try to maneuver, try to do something different, we stop because when we look around, when we think about it, we've been used to not doing anything for far too long. We look around, try to move around, but get discouraged, and then we move backward. We get discouraged when we see other folk who seem to be ahead of us, and we stop in the middle of our season. We get discouraged, Asbury, and we start thinking, why am I not further ahead in my life? Why haven't I gotten my degree yet? Why am I still working in the same old place? Why am I still living in the same neighborhood I grew up in? My income hasn't gone up just yet. Why not? Why is my family still arguing over the same stuff all these years? Why is my life